Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. An Afghan national on the terror watch list has been arrested at the U.S.-Mexico border right here in San Diego, California. San Diego County Supervisor Jim Desmond confirmed the arrest in a statement yesterday. The apprehension happened after the individual tried illegally crossing the border alongside a large group of migrants who were trying to enter the country before Title 42 expired. Our next guest has been at the southern border in recent days to highlight the post-Title 42 crisis, getting on-the-ground interviews with migrants and border officials alike. Joining us now to discuss is Todd Bensman, a senior national security fellow for the Center for Immigration Studies. His newest book is titled Overrun: How Joe Biden Unleashed the Greatest Border Crisis in U.S. History. Todd, thanks for being here tonight.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Great. So what's going on with this Texican standoff, as you call it in some of your latest reporting?
Right. Well, the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, who's been under a lot of pressure to kind of do something, do something more proactive, finally did something down there at Matamoros on the river with Brownsville, Texas, and that for probably most of the week, and actually a few weeks, there had just been thousands and thousands of migrants just, storming the Texas shoreline and powering up the riverbank and then on into the country with no uniformed opposition on the other side at all. I did video quite a lot of that happening and made note that there was no uniform presence, no badges on the other side. This apparently angered the governor when he saw what was happening, and he ordered the National Guard tactical unit into the field to man the river's edge all along that barbed wire that you see there, so that future charges up the riverbank were stopped and halted in their tracks over and over and over again for hundreds of yards all the way down the line. And then they were forced to return back to Mexico until they finally just gave it up. And that whole sector, which had just been probably the biggest gaping hole in the border for the last month, was no longer an issue. It was sutured up completely.
And as you were saying, are Mexican officials helping at all, or are they helping the migrants to cross over to the U.S.? I've heard that they've been signing documents or providing documents that maybe they shouldn't have to help some of these migrants have an easier time in trying to claim asylum or refugee status. What's been going on with some of that?
Well, before Texas troops and soldiers showed up to man that barbed wire, I noticed that there was a pattern to the rushes on the border, that there were Mexican immigration officials always at these crossings, unarmed, but still somehow able to hold back the tide, and at intervals. And then all of a sudden the signal would go up, and they would, 200 of them would rush in, and then they would cut it off. So I asked them, what's going on? Why is this pattern happening? And they willingly admitted that they were working in close coordination with CBP intelligence, the DHS intelligence people on the other side, to when to send them over, so that they wouldn't be too overwhelmed over on the American side. And that's what I was seeing. And they had an encrypted WhatsApp channel where they were all working together. This had been going on for 2 full weeks. I wrote a big piece about it. I don't know whether it continued after that. Nobody picked up my piece, really. That was revealing that, the Biden administration, rather than to stop, block, and deter, was actually signaling the Mexicans to facilitate, to bring in, to accommodate, to grease the skids, to, make the wheels squeak less, to get in faster. And this was really an extraordinary confession. I mean, really, that the Biden administration was allowing and participating in women and children getting into river water with current to cross over and get into what if one of them had drowned? I'm sure some of them have been hurt going up that riverbank. Just extraordinary culpability in mass illegal immigration, I thought.